Hello guys, this is Mantrix Ray, and I'm showing you some resolution comparisons between native 1440p versus native PS2. I will also be doing some frame rate testing and show you guys the best settings for Return to Castle Wolfenstein Operation Resurrection. We are using a large frame buffer, custom resolution of 2560 by 1440p native, 16 times anisotropic filtering, bitmapping is on automatic, full direct 3D recommended, and we are using 16 times MSAA. This game at 1440p with 16 times MSAA only wants 1GB of video RAM, just a little bit over that. Very cheap. Okay, so texture filtering of display and FXAA shader are on. We have bilinear PS2. HUDs in this game do not remain blocky, and so you can just use the basic one. We are using Direct 3D 11. You can use OpenGL if you want, but this one works perfectly fine for this game. Now, I do not recommend MTVU at all. This game can run on anything, well, mostly anything. It's extremely easy to run, so you can have this off if you do not have three cores. I have 6 cores, but they recommend 3 to make this work, which is correct. But I've got this on for video purposes. I want the perfect 30 frames per second. Yes, this game does target 30 frames per second. Now let's check the dimensions on this game. Now this game targets 512 by 448, a classic PlayStation 2 resolution. Let's check this out. Get rid of that. Okay, so this is Return to Castle Wolfenstein Operation Resurrection. This is the final boss, so spoilers, sorry. I can't go back any previous levels, but this is what I'm in. Now this is native PS2, as you see. All the details on the pillars are completely absent, and the ground is extremely blurry, plus it shimmers a lot, as you see. When you move around it shimmers a lot. If I stand still, it's just what it is. Let's go to native 1440p. It takes a while to change over as well. Now if you see now, you can see the pillar details from a really far distance. Now I'm using 16 times MSAA, so it cleans up all the jaggies. 16 times anisotropic filtering gets rid of all those aliasings at oblique angles, which is really good. There is some still there, depending on the resolution or how well the anisotropic filtering works. It could probably be fixed at a higher resolution, but other than that, this game looks completely different at a higher resolution. There is so many things, like details, that you will not see on the native PS2. So let's have another look. As you see, on the native PS2, it is a lot harder to see the details, but that's one of the biggest differences in this game. If you bump it up to a higher resolution, you will see a lot of extra differences in detail. Let's have another look from frame by frame. So here's native PS2, here's native 1440p. I mean, you can even see like the little dots on the grass, well, the flat grass over in the distance, which is really nice. Now, animations in this game, what's that button again? Yeah, animations in this game run at like 10 to 15 frames per second, like me kicking my foot in the air. Fire animations run at 10 to 15 frames. Also, the flag animations are at 10 to 15 frames. So there's a lot of animations that are low frame rate, but the game does target 30 FPS. My frame rate on the top left says 60, but that is not true. And it's holding a very nice 30 frames. If you see it drop, that means it obviously dropped a frame and also dropped 2% game speed, or 1%, whatever it is. 2%, I'm pretty sure. And that's pretty much it. The HUD of the weapons, let's have a look. What's the button again? So here are the HUD for the weapons. As you see, they're quite dated at native 1440p. If we go to native PS2, they look even worse, but that's alright. Now if I press start, you got the accept at the bottom and then the back at the bottom as well. Press this button and now we're at native 1440p. The HUD shows its age. You can see it's a lot more blockier, but it still looks a bit clearer at a higher resolution. But other than that, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.